So I'm gonna rap with you guys real quick about sensitivity, being sensitive. Real quick. I used to hide like I thought my sensitivity was tabooed. Like I thought it was a horrible thing. All my life, years of growing up, I always heard, yo, you're too sensitive. Oh, you're so sensitive. You're so sensitive. And I, as a young, adolescent, teenager, young man coming up, I always thought, yo, I gotta be more macho. I gotta, be more tough and I can't be this. Why am I so sensitive? And I always thought it was a bad thing, right? I always thought sensitivity was my sensitivity, I'm talking about myself, was a bad thing. So I hid it. I was ashamed of it. Because every time it was used against me, it was used to put me in an inferior state or form some kind of complex within my psychology. And I always thought, like, yo, me being sensitive was it's my fault why I'm offended. Like, I'm being vulnerable with you guys right now. I'm being honest. I thought that it was my fault that you offended me. It's crazy. It's crazy the spells you could be put under in life. I used to think it was my fault for feeling offended by your action. And the justification for it was you told me I was too sensitive. Life told me I was too sensitive. So all my life I developed this thing of, oh, it's my fault for feeling offended. It wasn't that you did some dirty shit. It was my fault for feeling. And I was like, wow, So all my life I hid the sensitivity, right? I was ashamed to be sensitive. So I developed this tough, this rugged, rough demeanor or facade to cloak sensitivity. But I'm gonna share something with y'all. I'm gonna drop some jewels. This is what I do, drop jewels. And it's free jewels. Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. Spider-Man opened up my eyes to my sensitivity. Now y'all probably thinking, what the hell is this guy talking about, Spider-Man? Honestly, watching Spider-Man just kind of like opened up my eyes. Because for Spider-Man, right, his sensitivity wasn't lambasted. His sensitivity wasn't assailed. His sensitivity wasn't demonized. His sensitivity wasn't ostracized. His sensitivity was glorified. Think about it. His sensitivity was his glory. It was glorified. He was like, every superhero have their own cliche. Have their own niche. They have their own niche. Spider-Man's sensitivity wasn't called sensitivity. It was given even a moniker. It was given a cool moniker. And that moniker is Spidey senses. And I started to think about that when I watched the cartoon, I didn't really read comic books. I wasn't a comic book kind of kid. But watching the cartoons, I was like, wait a minute. This dude is doing the same thing I've always been doing, detecting bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Peter Parker is doing exactly what I always do. I'd sense and detect when people are full of crap. Or when people are trying to one over on you. You know what I'm saying? When people are trying to sell you a bill of goods or write you a bogus blank check but tell you it's good. Like, wait a minute, Peter Parker's, I would watch the cartoon and his little senses would go off and shit, and he would start, he'd start learning and picking up and acting on it, and he was a hero. He was glorified. And I thought about that. I'm like, whoa, what's the difference? There's no, my sensitivity wasn't me crying. I wasn't sensitive to where I was crying. I never cried. Like, I don't even know if I have any tears left. Like, I lost my tears years ago. So I don't cry, but my sensitivity was like, I would feel your words, right? Even though you're smiling and, you look like all appearance look good, I would feel something in what you were saying. And as a kid, I always had this issue. I would feel things. I would always feel what's not being said, right? I would always feel what is being said, but in addition to what is being said. There would always be like I would always feel something. No matter what was being said, no matter how it was being said, smiles, laughs, cheers, it was always a feeling that I had that something was quite not right. But I would always be told you're too sensitive and attacked for it. And because I had nobody to kind of guard that sensitivity, I always thought it was a bad thing to be sensitive. But as a grown man now and learning from Peter Parker, let me put you up on game. People, embrace your sensitivity. I'm trying to raise my level of sensitivity right now by meditation and studying and what I do. I'm trying to raise my level of if I can get my sensitivity from levels 8, 9, 10 to 20, I would do so. Because people, understand this, your sensitivity is your I'm in the car right now, and if I back up and I get too close to the wall, the sensitivity of this car is going to start beeping. It's going to go off real loud and let me know, like, yo, there's danger behind me. Watch out. So I say that to say this. Your sensitivity is your defense mechanism, all right? People are full of crap, and I'm saying it mildly. Human nature, people are full of crap. God endowed you with your sensitivity so you could be alert and aware to survive. It's a survival defense mechanism. It's part of our evolutionary apparatus or mechanism to be able to survive and pass our genes on. All right, it's evolution. It's one of the mechanisms of evolution. There are various mechanisms. There's adaptation. There's natural selection. There's migration. All of these, there's genetic drift. There's all of these are just different apparatus or mechanisms, working parts of our evolutionary enterprise. So your sensitivity, my young friends out there, if you're listening, don't run away from it. Embrace it. And whoever tries to use it against you, I'm gonna keep it professional. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. All right? If they try to use it against you as a weapon, they try to weaponize your sensitivity, embrace it. Embrace your sensitivity. If they try to weaponize it and use it against you, just embrace it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just embrace it. There's a lot of things I can say that's foul, that's not right. Right? It's not necessarily what I want to convey. That's another side of me. I don't want to convey that. But I would say embrace it. Embrace it, because later on in life, it's going to take you to levels you never thought you'd advance to. Because that awareness, that consciousness will allow you to know how to strategically place yourself in positions, or to displace and to remove yourself from certain positions, and to remove certain elements from out of your inner circle. Because there are elements in your circle that will be in your circle that will intervene, intercept, interject themselves into your circle like a virus or a bacteria to slowly eat away at your fiber, okay? To slowly eat away at your inner fiber and break you down from the inside. So that sensitivity is going to alert you to the virus, to the bacteria that comes in the form of a friend, a family, or a handshake. So embrace your sensitivity. Be sensitive, my friends. Let sensitivity reign. I'm all for fellas, let's be sensitive. Nothing wrong with some sensitivity over here, but we know what kind of sensitivity we talking about. We ain't crying, we don't cry. All right, we man up, we brace up, gear up, and go to war. Embrace that sensitivity. It's a weapon. Utilize it wisely. Till next time, y'all know what I'm gonna be doing, chopping the books, cooking the books. Peace.